Welcome to this video tutorial where we're going to look at navigation and playback controls in the Vault Review application. So we'll start in Vault Platform by selecting some clips and then launch the Vault Review application from the toolbox. When Vault Review starts, the timeline and A/B panels are enabled. These are shown at the bottom of the screen. The timeline panel shows us the timeline for the current clip, and we can drag through this like so. The A/B panel shows all the clips queued up for playback with the clip name shown in the middle. So we can either drag between the position in the current clip, or we can click to move to a different clip in our queue for playback. Along the bottom of the screen we have transport controls. We can move between our clips in the queue like so, or we can click to open a list and jump between any clip in the queue. We can play back in forwards or reverse mode and pause with these controls. We can also frame step. We can change the playback speed, and we can change the playback behavior. Playback behavior can either stop at the end of the current clip, or loop, or alternatively bounce. So in stop mode, if we go to the end of the final clip in the queue and press play, we can see that the playback stops there. If we have it set to loop mode, then it will loop back to the beginning of the play queue. Or we can have it set to bounce mode, in which case it will play forwards, and when it reaches the end, start to play backwards. We can play full clips, or we can also play between in-out points that we set, and we can choose whether the playback behavior is for all clips in the queue or for a single clip. So if all clips are selected and we have it in loop mode, then it will loop through back to the beginning of the play queue. If we have it in single clip mode, then it will loop around on the current clip. We have a range of keyboard shortcuts which can be used for playback control. So if we just exit full screen mode, and then we can see the keyboard shortcuts. The spacebar controls playback and pause. Alternatively, we can use L to play forwards, or we can use J to play backwards, and K to pause. If we hold K and press L, this goes into half-speed playback mode forwards, or holding K and pressing J goes into half-speed playback mode backwards. The right arrow allows us to advance frame by frame, and the left arrow allows us to go backwards frame by frame. We can press the down arrow to move back through our queue to the previous clip, or the up arrow to move to the next clip. We can press the home key to go to the beginning of the play queue, or we can press the end key to go to the end of the play queue. If we hold shift and press the plus button, this zooms into the image, or we can hold shift and press the minus button, and this zooms out of the image. If we've made any changes to our clips in terms of in-out points or colour, then pressing Command S will save these changes. Changes will also be saved automatically when we exit the application. We can hide any of the overlays on the image by pressing H, so we just see the playback image on the screen. We can press equals to go to 100% zoom mode, so that the pixels are shown at their correct size. If we're zoomed out, we can reposition the image, and pressing X will recenter it. We have a markers overlay down here, which shows the clip name, time code and position. We can toggle this with this button here, or we can also press M to show and hide the markers. The function keys can be used to open and close different panels. The F1 key hides the timeline at the bottom. The F3 key shows and hides the colour panel. The F4 key shows and hides metadata. The F6 key shows and hides a clip palette, which allows us to drag scroll through the queue. The F7 key shows and hides our audio panels if we're using Review for audio syncing. The F8 key shows and hides any looks that have been brought in from the Codex Live application. And the F9 key shows and hides our look stills, which can be saved and applied to clips in Vault Review.